This is my friend Alex Evitts. Welcome to Nick's Infinite Podcast. We wrestled together in high school.
That's right.
Haven't seen him since. Low-key forgot about him until I saw him coming to the gas station. I was like, he looks kind of familiar. Grabbed his ID. I was like, oh, shoot, it's him. He looks like a full adult. Now, you used to look like a little kid. Like, that's
still
crazy.
Still small, man. Still small. I'm trying to work on that. Yeah, a little bit, man.
You still wrestle any?
No, not really.
No combat sports?
Nothing like that.
Why not?
I don't know, man. It just wasn't something that I continued after high school. I did. I got into archery. So after I got done with wrestling, I think maybe junior year. No, I wrestled junior year. So senior year, that's when I hopped into archery through the tech school that Sparkman offered. So I did that last year of high school. I loved it. Absolutely.
See, that's one thing I regret about football and wrestling. Just like all the other fun stuff you could do in high school.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
missed out a lot and didn't realize it.
Right. Looking back, I wish I would have stuck with football because I did it for a few years. But man, I was so small. I mean, you saw me in high school. I was tiny. I mean, there wasn't no chance I was touching the field.
You weren't missing anything.
No, yeah.
Honestly, I like how my life went. But if I were to tell someone else, I wouldn't tell them to play football in high school. If they were to do it, it would be like just an experience, not like. Because, like, I took football seriously. So, like, I worked out every day, didn't hang out, didn't stay up late.
Yeah.
And didn't have any friends when I got out of high school. I had Zach Cangelosi, and then everyone else just went on doing their own things. So, like, maybe if I, like, actually went out and did stuff with people, I would have had more people around.
Right, yeah.
But
yeah.
If you could do one thing for all infinity, what would it be? Or one job?
One job?
Yeah.
Ooh. And money's just no issue.
Money's no issue.
Man, probably hunting or fishing, dude. That I tear that up. I love it. I don't hunt a lot of stuff. It's mainly just whitetail, so just deer hunting. That's a little bit of squirrel hunting.
Don't hunt the
deer. Yeah.
I mean, you can. I guess you can do squirrel hunt, all the other pest hunting.
But yeah, I want to get into duck hunting, but dude, that's like it's crazy expensive. There's so many things you have to get, like waders and decoys and just all kinds of different calls, man. The list goes on. But yeah, just hunting and fishing.
You can get like a hunting group together.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I know like Lee Bowden. I know he hunts.
Yeah.
He's the only person I talk. It's funny. Like, I know more people who hunt, but it's like, because so many people just went on doing their own things, like, I have no idea where they're at. Right. I know Lee Bowden's a teacher, and, like, I see him every once in a while at the smoke shop. So, like, I know he will link up with us.
Yeah.
Well, I can't think of anybody else.
Yeah.
Probably just the pressure, but
ain't no pressure, man. We're just talking, ain't nothing. But just hunting and fishing, man. I like so I bow hunt too. And that's part of the reason why I did archery in high school is because I had got my first hunting bow actually during wrestling season, and I started shooting that thing in the backyard and fell in love with it. And then when I found out I was able to do that through school, and I mean we would do that 2.5. We would literally just shoot targets for 2.5 hours at class. So I was like, that was just a way to get away from everything and have a break from school and just go get to shoot bow and arrow for 2.5. Yeah, so that's
one thing.
It was a good
school really missed out on, like, just skill building.
Right.
Like, the tech school I couldn't go to because I did football, but like that was like the only place where you actually learned how to do stuff in the real world.
Exactly.
And like all the stuff I learned in school, I just look up on the internet now. So it's like pretty much just wasted those years. Like after learning that first, introductory stuff, it's like might as well just go start doing something now.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Yeah. The trade school was one of the best things I think I ever did in high school. I wish, looking back, I would have started, because you couldn't do your freshman year, but you could do sophomore to senior. I wish I would have just started sophomore and done it the whole way.
Archery, or would you have done all the stuff?
Archery, yeah, 100%.
Do you do it competitively?
So we did, actually. We would compete in tournaments with other high schools, and my senior year, I actually went to state championship for that, and I placed, I think it was like 19th out of 957 people, and out of senior guys, I placed like 17th, and if you wanted to go to like nationals, you had to place top 15. And I let the temper get the best of me on a couple of my shots. I had slipped and made a bad shot, and it messed with my mind frame the rest of that tournament. And I ended up, I think if I would have just calmed down after that one bad shot and just stayed persistent with it, I think I would have done better. But I ended up letting my temper get the best of me on that one. So, it was rough, but it was a blast, man. I loved it, absolutely loved it. Yeah.
Do you still do any competitively, or you just
just practice in the backyard, man.
Would you want to?
I would, yeah. I would definitely. Like, if somebody asked me to, I'd be like, yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure there's probably like some bow communities here.
I think so. I think I could probably find one. I mean, if I joined a hunting club, I'm sure I could find something somewhere along the lines that somebody would be like, yeah, I got a team that does it all the time. And I know a couple guys I follow on Instagram that shoot competitively as well. And so, I mean, like, it's just one of those things. Like, I know it's out there. I personally haven't taken the time to really look for it. I've just been focused on work and then just exercising and doing things like that. So,
where do you work
at? So I work at Shear Supply. It's off of it's a HVAC industry, or a distributor. So I pretty much think of like O'Reilly's or Advanced Auto Parts, but for air conditioning equipment. So like I sell like parts off of that, or sell units to companies that are looking for specific
Do you have to do calls,
things.
or you're just kind
of... they call us, and we'll call companies letting them know, like, hey, we got some new stuff in if you'd like to try it out, things like that. So I'm kind of like a Jim Halpert of the office, but a lot less tall and probably not as interesting. So...
I don't think Jim was that interesting. He was just funny.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was kind of in the middle of the road, like your average kind of guy. But yeah, so that's pretty much how it is at my job. I used to work in the HVAC field as a service technician, and then got let go at the last job I was at, and landed this one over here just because I had some connections there and I knew a couple people, and so I managed to land that job. And I actually started there this past July. Yeah, past July, this past summer, and I've been there ever since. And it's not too bad. I mean, it's like any desk job. I mean, it's not crazy, just like stimulating. Yeah. It's just kind of meh. But I mean, it pays the bills, so it works. It works for now. So yeah.
Is there a job that you would actually want?
I like doing construction work. That's when I was a service technician at my last job. We did a lot of new construction stuff, and I loved doing that. That was a lot of fun, getting to put brand new things in and just literally getting to see how everything gets put together. I mean, it was awesome.
I think it was the summer before senior year. Me and Zach, one of his parents' friends, hooked us up with some concrete pourers.
Okay.
And
yeah.
I didn't know the guy was racist until later because he told us to break the concrete. Mm-hmm. There's a pickaxe and a sledgehammer. Wouldn't you pick the pickaxe?
Yeah.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Got the pickaxe, started hitting it. He started yelling, and I was like, what? It's like pickaxe, rock, that's what you do. He's like, nah, it's gonna start flying everywhere. I'm like, I'm supposed to break it. He's like, no, use your sledgehammer. And I thought like I just did something completely stupid.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the day, he paid us both. Me and Zach left. He was like, Zach handed me a 20. I was like, what's this for? He's like, he paid me more. I was like, for what? It's like, I think he was racist. Yeah, that explains it.
Yeah, that's kind of typically how what you'll find with certain people, especially in the blue collar industry. A lot of guys are just not
very inner circle.
It tends to be like that.
I want to get on one of those Mexican lots.
There you go. Yeah,
not really partying, but they're having a good time.
Dude, they have a good time, man. I'm telling you, I can't tell you how many times I've been to a construction site. Man, music is blaring. They're just cutting it up, having a good time, but they're getting everything done. I'm like, man, I'm trying to see what that'd be like. Like, I want to get in that.
I remember Zach used to build houses with some Mexicans. I remember every time I pulled up, they had some beer nearby.
Oh yeah, dude,
playing.
You'll find Modelo bottles everywhere, and and half of them. Sometimes you'll show up to job sites, they're asleep, but they sleep for like an hour or so, and the next thing you know, you look up and they're almost done with what they were doing with anyway. So I'm like, hey man, more power to you. I couldn't do that. I've got to I can't sleep during the day. I got to do my thing and get it taken care of before I can relax like that. But
I prefer to do stuff in the morning than just chill the rest of the day. So you gotta think about it.
Yeah.
But what do you do in your free time?
Man, not a whole lot right now. It's usually I just work till about 4:30, and then I'll go to the gym around like 6 o'clock, and I go from like 6 to probably about 8:15, and then.
No girl?
No, I'm in a kind of a thing with somebody right now, but she's fixing to go to PA school, so. Yeah, it's a little rough because I like her a lot. Yeah. And she just got accepted. She's going to some school up in Virginia here in June, so it's pretty awesome. I was very happy for her. I mean, she's an awesome person, so I hope everything works out great for her, which I know she will because she's super smart and just a great person. So, yeah. But other than that,
she's not here. You don't gotta lie.
Huh?
She's not here.
No, I mean I'm serious. Yeah, no, I'm serious. I mean I even through high school never had any girlfriends, nothing like that. Never really went out on like a first date until it was with her.
What was that? Yeah. Just
I don't know, man. I guess I just wasn't what they were looking for at that time, which that's okay. I mean, it gave me a little bit of character development.
I've noticed Alabama girls, like you go out of state, and it's like you just become attractive all of a sudden. Like girls just talk to you like a regular person. But in Alabama, I don't know what it is about Alabama girls. It's like they're very specific about what they want.
Yeah.
And then like. anything could turn them off. Just like a simple word. And it's
Yeah, I don't know, man. Through high school, I just never really had, I don't know. I mean, I'm not the most attractive guy, so I know it could have just been that. I mean, I'm not the most interesting person either, so I mean, I don't know. It could have just been that. I was a pretty small person, and I didn't really talk to a whole lot of people in high school. I mean, if you asked who I was to somebody, they probably knew the name but didn't know a face or anything like that. But I mean, that's just high school. Everybody's got cliques and everything and groups that they hang out with, which is, I get that, but.
Did you have a clique?
No, not really. I had a couple people I hung out with for the most part. The people I talk to the most are probably my brother and my cousin, a couple of my brother's friends, things like that. Guys I've known since I've been, just a little kid. So, I mean, that's pretty much who I hang out with the most. I keep in touch with some people from high school, but not that many. Like, very
Zach's the only one I keep in touch with. Like, I follow people on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, everyone's just doing their own thing. And it's like, I don't want to bother them unless I'm, like, trying to do something. And, like, I know if they don't reach out to me, so, like, why would I reach out to them just to talk? So, like, I'll just wait till, like, they invite them on a podcast or something. Yeah. It's, like, very interesting. Right. How people just go on their own ways. You just kind of got to let them.
Yeah. Everybody's got to find out who they are in this life. That's, I guess, part of graduating high school. You got to go figure out what you want to do, who you want to be, who you want to associate yourself with, who you want to be around. I mean, I've got a couple guys from my church that I used to go to that I'm starting to hang out with now. And so that's kind of changing. So I've been going out with a few buddies here and there, just getting food and things like that. But right now, man, it's just work, gym, and I'll go home and I'll just play video games or just watch TV, something like that.
Do you have like an end goal? You're kind of just vibing until something pops up.
Kind of right now, vibing until something pops up. I've been applying to a couple different places. I've applied to a plumbing company that works on new construction stuff. So, I mean, I just want a good, stable job that just pays the bills. I mean, if it's something that ends up being where I can own my own business someday, that would be great. That would be amazing.
What kind of business would you want?
I don't know yet. I'm still figuring that out. What I like to do. I'm not exactly sure. But I know. For me, I've always just been good with my hands as far as work goes. So I have to do something that's like I'm moving or doing something. Like my job right now is not, like I said, not stimulating because it's just an office job. No, I haven't really tried anything like that. You should look into it
because like you could just buy like a little cheap something. And just put something together.
Yeah.
Like wow.
Right.
I made that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always tinkering. Like I'm huge into guns. I'm in hunting and stuff, so I'm into guns and things like that. So I'm always constantly tinkering, messing with things, taking things apart, cleaning, just looking, inspecting, looking at just different things online on how to set up certain rifles certain way, just things like that. So
what kind of guns you got?
So I've got a couple ARs and then I've got a handgun. Of course, I got a shotgun. So that's pretty much what I.
When they say, of course, I have a shotgun.
Yeah, well, everybody in Alabama's got a shotgun. I mean, there's a few people who don't, but
I guess that is a fair point.
Yeah,
that's one of the first things my dad bought when he moved here. Like, he always had the handgun. As soon as he moved here, he bought a shotgun and an AR. I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah, I find shotguns are probably the most commonly, like, I got one. Like, if, you ask anybody. Of course, I've been in the blue-collar industry, and all those guys love hunting and fishing, so they all have shotguns, rifles,
It's not something you think about because, like, you don't see them.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, it's not the first thing that you're thinking about when you talk to somebody, but most of the time, that's usually what people are carrying. They got a shotgun somewhere, whether it just be a birdshot shotgun or a slug gun or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know, man. I would love to own something someday like that. I think that would be nice. I just moved into an apartment. So it's
funny. I know
right next to Costco.
That's where I've seen it.
Yeah.
I was like, I know I've seen.
And everything's starting to bloom up over there, like Chick-fil-A and all these new restaurants and stuff.
Madison got crazy.
It did, dude. Yeah.
Like, when we were in high school.
Madison
was just a city.
Yeah,
now,
it was. It's starting to boom big right now.
And I wonder, like. It would be nice if Huntsville and Madison combined, and then, like, I really want a train system in Huntsville.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that I don't like driving, but sometimes you just want to go out without your car.
Right.
Because, like, if you have your car, you have your car.
Right.
But, like,
you got to find somewhere to park it and all this other stuff. Yeah, I get that.
That's, like, one of the main reasons I don't go into the city, because, like, you got to pay, and then depending on how long you pay for it, and you got to get back to your car, it's like, it's a whole hassle.
Yeah, it is. It's a pain in the butt. Yeah, it's annoying. I get that. I do. I really get that. But yeah. So I've only been living there for about 2 weeks now. Moved in 3 weeks this Friday. Been there. So
how are you liking it?
It's pretty nice. It's new. It's, moving from my parents' house to where I'm at now, they're out in Harvest where it's just quiet and everything. There's no noise. There's no lights. It's dark. It's nice. But I mean, it's not bad. It's different living by myself. I've got a roommate. But he works at the Toyota Mazda plant, so he's on night shift right now. So as I'm leaving for work, he's coming home, and vice versa. So it's
How'd you meet him?
weird. High school. You know Bryson Twilley? Sound familiar? He was in my grade. Yeah, he was in my grade.
Did he play football?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for just a little while. Yeah, just a little bit.
Probably why I remember Twilly.
Yeah, he's a blonde-haired guy. He's changed a lot too, man. He used to be a bigger kid in high school, and now he's really slimmed down. Like, he's lost a lot of weight, which I was like, good for you,
Funny,
man.
Twilly does sound like a big kid name.
Yeah. Yeah. No offense, Bryson, if you ever watch this, man. We're not dogging on you. But yeah, so I moved in with him, and he's awesome, man. He's a really nice guy, and he's a clean person too, so I don't have to worry about having a messy apartment or anything like that. But yeah, it's a different kind of scenery. I remember the first night at my apartment, I did not sleep good at all. I was not in my normal comfort zone. It was new noises. Yeah. So I took my mattress and everything. Yeah, just new location. So I really only kept a little bit of things. I mean, obviously all my clothes and stuff. But I bought like a new bed frame. I brought my computer over. Brought my TV. Bought my desk and everything. So yeah. So it's different, but I like it. I like having being that freeing kind of feeling is nice.
Being able to do what you want.
Right,
You're like, I'm doing this.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have somebody telling me to go do this, go do that. I can just go in, and do my thing.
That's the main reason why, I wouldn't move back in with my dad. They do have a free room, but it's like,
yeah.
I've experienced all this being on my own. It's like, I'd rather go more on my own than roommate with someone else.
Exactly.
Next step from here is probably my own spot. Hopefully I can, I don't know if I'd buy a house because the market's crazy, but I do really want to build a house. Probably buy some land and probably just hold it for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what I want to do. I want to have my own land that I can choose to, farm or hunt, or if I want to build on it, I can. I've got my own land that I can do what I want when I want with it. So I'd say as far as being an adult, that's my end game, is getting enough property to build my own house.
Would you want to go in with a group on land?
No.
Not at all?
Unless it's like my dad or my brother, somebody I know who would benefit from it. Probably not. I would probably make them get in a trust with me so nobody can sell it, because it's one of those things if I buy land, I want it forever and until I pass away, and then at that point I'm dead. You can't. I got to say so in it anyway. So yeah.
Don Kaiser was talking about something like that too. I was like, we could just get a whole group together and just have a whole hunting land that we tend to ourselves.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yep.
But then again, the building part would be. Hunting would be easy to collaborate on, but the building and all the extra stuff, that'd be a little hard to collaborate on.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I like. I really like the Harvest area, and even Athens is really nice too, because it's just it's real pretty. It's just fields out there.
I haven't been to
miles
Athens
anyway.
in a while.
Yeah, it's nice. I wouldn't, like I said,
Does Athens have a lake? Is that Gunnersville?
I think it's Gunnersville. I don't know. I mean, Athens could have a lake. I'm not sure though.
I think I remember when we were heading to Athens, there's a courthouse and then a lake behind it, or not a courthouse, like a bank or something. Mm-hmm. I have a very clear image of when you're pulling up to that city, but I don't remember where it was.
Yeah, it's pretty small for the most part, at least from what at least the parts I've ventured in. It's not anything. It's not like Madison or Huntsville for sure. It's pretty small, but I've always been, I think, just the way I've been raised, I've always liked just peace and quiet. Like my grandfather and my dad have always said, look, you're not always going to want to live in the city. You think you do now, but just wait. You get a piece of property out somewhere, way out where you're going to love how quiet it is out there. Nobody's bothering you. It's private, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, cities are kind of gross. I can do neighborhoods, but living in Birmingham for, I think it was 6 years. Granted, the last 2 years, I lived in an apartment outside the city, but when I was living on campus and near campus, it was just so many people, shootings. I mean, granted, shootings were never around me because I'm very good at keeping myself in places where I'm not going to get shot. But it's still dang, I really can't just go out and do something because craziness going down.
Yeah, it's.
What made you choose?
My roommate Bryson, he had brought it up, and I've always liked the Madison location. Granted, it's just so busy. 72 is just the worst.
That's the main reason I wanted to train, because
there's
no reason for all those cars.
Right? No, not at all. But it's just a nice location. I looked at a couple other places, and it was just one of those that I could afford at the moment. Of course, if I get a different job, I mean, my end goal right now. we're in like a year lease, but I plan on right now saving up throughout the summer and everything, and I'm going to try and get my own place from probably a different location. I mean, right now Madison's cool, but eventually I'm going to want to kind of like find some other ones, because there's a couple other apartments that are like on the edge of Huntsville and the edge of Madison that are not nearly as traffic heavy that I would love a lot more.
That's why I kind of like this spot. It's like, one, we had the light, so like you always have you just got to wait like a couple minutes, and then you always get one direction or the other.
Right.
But like, and I just work at the Circle K up the street, so like I don't really got to drive far. I can walk if I wanted.
Yeah.
So like, it's a pretty solid spot for now.
Exactly.
Like,
that's right.
Getting into the city and really going anywhere besides here, going back down Jeff, it's really a hassle. Yeah, especially like after, like, it's always random times too. It's not like I guess like lunch to like 11 to 2, and then like 4 to 6. You can't leave the house.
No, you can't. That's why I was trying to get here on time, and I was like, I'm only 10 minutes up the road, and then that 10 turned into 15, and that 15 into 20. I was like, oh gosh. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be like a minute or so late. But yeah, it was.
I wasn't even looking at the time.
Yeah, I'm glad because I was late.
And once you said you were coming, I was like, oh, let me grab the charger from the laptop, and then I didn't know I still had the cord for that laptop. I thought it just had the extension cord. And I plugged it up. I was like, oh, let's see if it turns on. It turned on immediately. I was like, I didn't know that turned on. Like, I've just been like, it has so much stuff because I had that all through college. I got that like the last year of college. So like, all my college stuff was on there. I had no idea. I was like, oh, it's just gone. I was thinking, like, once I get money, I'll just get someone to snatch it off the hard drive. But like, now it's turned on. It's going to clean it up, and I'll probably will sell it because like it's an old laptop. And probably get like $100 off it, but like, I have no use for it. But maybe we'll see because I haven't seen how much it can actually do. And the trackpad's broken, so like after like usually you press at the bottom, but you have to press at the top very hard.
To get it to pick up on you. I got you. Yeah, it's all about them upgrades, man. Get you a new one. Get you a nice new one. Heck yeah.
Got that one. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You got that one right there. It's pretty nice. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Although I probably would never buy another Mac.
Really?
Well, I don't know. It's hard because like Apple has such a nice infrastructure that like if you have a laptop and an iPhone, it's as simple as clicking share and they go straight to your phone. Like Android, granted it's kind of the same now because they have Windows PC share, but like Apple just has like, because they have such a nice infrastructure, they don't like things to go into their infrastructure. So like if you like Streamlabs, for example, you have to get permission to record the screen instead of just recording the screen, and then it's not like just pop up. Do you want to record? You have to actually go into your settings and say it can record the screen. It's like if you don't know computers, it's like a large hassle.
Yeah.
Like, it probably will stick with Mac laptops. We'll see.
Yeah. I don't know much about computers. I have a PC, but I bought it off a buddy of mine. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm looking at it. And I'm like, as long as it turns on, I know how to kind of operate from there. I know what I'm doing. But other than that,
I'm like... You know what part you got?
No, I've got no idea what I've got in that thing.
Is that what you game on?
Yeah.
What games do you play?
Right now on my PC, it's mostly Ready or Not. I don't know if you've ever heard of that game. It's like a pretty immersive like SWAT game, pretty much, and like you're put on a SWAT team and you go and just it's like a CQB game, so just like tight close quarters combat kind of stuff, and you're just like on a SWAT team and you've got certain objectives in that game, like arrest certain people and things like that.
Like a Rainbow Six type?
Kind of, yeah, pretty close to that, yeah. So like if you're on Xbox and you can't get Ready or Not because you don't have a PC, Rainbow Six is like the next closest thing to that game. I love that game. Me and my brother play it all the time, and it's a lot of fun.
I like co-op games. I don't know why they don't make more of them.
Yeah, they do, and this one's PvE, and it's hard. Like it's not an easy game. I've gotten to a point now where I've gotten pretty good at it, just because I know where enemies spawn, where I got to look for certain things, But that game at first was like the hardest game I ever.
Is it like a story mode, or is it just like?
Yeah, they've got like it's all tied into this story. Like like the main campaign, there's like 20-something different missions, and they're all tied into like this trafficking organization that you're trying to take down secretly. But you don't really know that they're all connected until like towards like the last final missions. You start seeing clues and stuff that were tied to previous missions, and you're like, okay, that makes sense on like who's operating behind the scenes and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's kind of a scary game, as in like how realistic it is and how like that whole trafficking thing, like how very real of a situation that is for some people.
Is there any bullet sponging, or is kind of really sick of the bullets?
Yeah. You get shot once or twice, your character's dead. Like that's why I say it's hard. Like you can't just go in and just like get shot 30 times by an LMG and you're still like, oh, I'm good. No, like you get shot once or twice, even by a handgun, and you're dead. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So if you ever get a PC, that's the number one game I recommend is hopping into Ready or Not. That game it's amazing. No, it's like $60, but dude, it is worth every penny on it.
If it's story mode and co-op, that sounds because like most games just give you like a story mode for $60 and like you beat it and then you're just done. It's like you have no reason to play it again. It's not like
this
you
one.
Play with a different friend.
They've released already 2 DLCs with like 3 or 4 missions a piece on them already. And the new DLCs, they're not tied to like the main one, which is that's no big deal. But the new DLCs are a lot of fun too. I really enjoy them. I mean, that game is, dude, like that's probably what I'm gonna play after this. I'm gonna go home and probably play that game. So yeah, that's pretty much that one. I played Destiny 2 for a little while, but I'm terrible at that game, so I'm just
I can never get into Destiny. I don't know. Like it was like a rip-off Halo, but online.
Yeah.
And it's like.
And there's just so much to that game, so many gear pieces and things you can pair with certain things, and it's just like it's too much. It's way too much. Unless that's like the only game you play. I mean, it's like graphic wise. I mean, the game looks phenomenal, but other than that, I'm just like, and it's very redundant, as in like it's just the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and it's like, okay, this is.
Then all my friends started way ahead of me, so like if I were to hop on, they would have to try to carry me from their end game.
Mm-hmm. And I don't like putting myself in that situation. I'm like, nah, I don't like people having to carry me on a game. Like I like to be the one who
just play the game.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Have you heard of Ashes of Creation?
I have not.
It's an MMO. Theoretically, I think it's going to be one of the best MMOs simply because, one, you can have your own business and like you can just like get a plot of land, put up your business. I don't know how deep they'll go into like details, like if you can like actually craft your own swords, but like you can have a sword crafting spot and you can like have your friend get a mineral, like they have a mine, and then they transfer their stuff to your mine, and then like you give them money, and it's like you can actually like create an actual economy in the land, and then like if someone doesn't like your economy, they just come destroy your area, and like the way it works is like if you build up in one area, it'll start as a encampment, and then it'll go to like a town, then a city, and then it ends up in a metropolis, and then like they have like 4 different. It's like a military, science, religion. I forget the other one. But like the military one, if you want to be the mayor, you just got to be the strongest. So like it's like a tournament.
Yeah.
And then I think the scientific one is based on the religion one is based on how many people or how much you've done in the area, and then the science one is a vote. So like. If you're popular, you should get to be the mayor, and then as mayor, you can set taxes, build new buildings, change buildings. You can even set war. I don't know if the mayor can set wars, but if you're a guild in that city, and you want a metropolis in the quadrant next to you, you can go, because I think only like 4 or 5 metropolis are allowed in the city. You can go to another metropolis, start a war, like full siege, like hundreds of players. Catapults, destroying walls,
like
monsters.
Crazy game.
Yeah, dang. I think it's going to be an amazing game.
Yeah.
It just hasn't come out yet, so we'll see.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Like you can't really trust games that are too amazing.
Right.
So like we'll see when it comes out.
Yeah.
But like, and then like there's castles that if your guild takes over, I think only the guild leader gets a flying mount. It'd be nice if everyone got a flying mount, but it's just cool that like. We own this castle, and like you had to defend it from other people. And then you can siege those too, so like a smaller scale than a city. But I feel like it's gonna be a dope game.
That sounds like it'd be pretty cool. Is it on PC?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And then like one of the things I found fun is like, they trying to make it more realistic. So like you can't just carry everything on you. So like if you have a lot of stuff, you have to call a caravan. And you have to travel with the caravan, so like it doesn't get attacked. And then like if you see a caravan anywhere, you can just attack it if you want to. But then again, like they have like a red player system, so like after a while, like you'll be known as a red player, and then like you get debuffs and losing your stuff when you die. So like give and take. Like,
I gotcha.
That'll be a fun experience.
Yeah.
Like it's like an actual world.
Yeah, that'll sound like it would be a pretty fun game. That's it. I've never gotten anything that like detailed and immersive like that, but that sounds like it'll be pretty.
Like, there's not many games because like
no.
MMOs they always try, and they don't. MMOs they focus too much on like fighting. They're really just making people play more, but like they forget that like games are about like going to another world. Like,
right.
We want to experience a whole world. So like the more stuff that feels like a real world, the more fun the game's gonna be.
Exactly.
Like that's why GTA is such an amazing game because like you go in, drive cars, shoot, drink, eat,
do whatever you want. Yeah,
like,
exactly. Having that free roam ability in games is a big thing for me too. I like that kind of being able to do sandbox kind of style games. So I was always a big fan of like Red Dead Redemption and all those games. Yeah, that's Rockstar.
I'm about to give Red Dead 2 another play.
Dude,
that was a good game.
Man, that game was great. That campaign was
beautiful.
Whew, dude, that one was amazing.
It's like actual. That's what I mean, like an actual world, like,
right?
And like, the NPCs were in. This amazing game.
Yeah, that game was great. I can only imagine what GTA 6 is going to be like. I'm probably going to take a week off of work so I can play that game. I think a lot of people are going to be doing that. I think a lot of people are going to be taking days off to play it. Oh yeah, we're going to see how that pans out. But when I find out the release date on it, I'm going to be probably taking a couple days off to play that game.
It's supposed to come out this year, but we'll see.
Who knows, man? They're always teasing us and saying, yeah, it'll be out this year. And they're like, oh, it got delayed. And I'm just like, oh, gosh, yeah, it's terrible. But yeah, man, that's pretty much the only game I play. I've got some things I play on Xbox, but I mean, I don't really get on them that much. And I haven't really been playing games that often either. It's just been working out, and then just watching TV for a little bit and going to bed. So,
thought about streaming?
No, not really.
Why not?
I don't know. I've really just never truly thought about it. And a lot of these streamers that I see, man, they're funny and interesting people. I'm just not that guy, man. That's just
you just gotta be yourself. Just
enjoy
your time.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's something I can think of. I can maybe try in the future, but I don't know yet. I don't know. I gotta figure it out.
I'm gonna start streaming, but like I don't know, cause like when I play games, well, really, yeah, I'm probably just gonna start streaming because like I'm off during the week, and I am gonna start picking up shifts. Well, what I think I'm gonna do is just do like 12 hours Saturday and Sunday, and then 24 hours a week. That should be enough.
There you go. Yeah.
And then just build up the stream.
There you go.
Oh, I don't know, because streaming, the main reason I want to stream is because like when I play video games, it feels like I'm doing nothing. And at least if I'm streaming, I can take clips from that.
Right.
Or like if I'm feeling like since I'm already recording, if I want to like sing or dance or something, it's already there.
Right.
I don't got like pull out my phone and set it up. So like.
Right.
Easy content.
Exactly. Post on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever you name it, man. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I would go for it. Like I said, it's something I could consider doing in the future, but I don't know. It seems like it's a lot to manage, and it's just I work Monday through Friday, and it'd be one of those things.
You just press record.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
It's like you just use this app. You just it's called Streamlabs. You just hit go live. You connect to your Twitch and just it records your screen, game. It's like a pretty straightforward thing. You don't even gotta do anything for real.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to see.
Do you eat deer?
I do.
You just hunt it?
Yeah. Whenever we kill it, we harvest. We take it to a meat locker, and then we just tell them.
A meat locker, or there's a place called Meat Locker?
A meat locker, yeah. I'm sure there's probably is a place called Meat Locker, but a processor, and we'll just kind of tell them what we want off of it. Usually it's just, back straps, hindquarters, things like that. And, I eat it all the time. I've got a bunch in my freezer at the apartment right now that I'm probably going to eat for dinner when I get home tonight. So, yeah, groceries are running a little low.
How long does a deer last? Like a regular size deer.
How long does it last? Or
like how much,
Like, how long does it last in the freezer? Is that what you're asking?
Oh, I guess I'm asking how much do you get off a deer? Like,
how much do you get? Well, you get quite a lot, quite a lot. I think, so I got a deer this past October, which I've already eaten all of, the deer burger and stuff. So, they'll mix it with, pork and things like that. And I ate all that, and, man, I think I had, probably close to 10, 15 pounds of just burger, and I would just cook up just giant things of it and just eat it.
Do you still have other parts left?
Yeah, like the backstrap, that's the most tender one that you'd eat. It's kind of like a steak almost. And my dad knows how to cook that up. I don't. I'm not. I mean, he's asked me to go and help him, prepare everything, and I'm just like, man, I'm busy or whatever, and I probably wouldn't, just me being a punk, and just not taking the time to go do that with him, which I'm going to someday. But yeah, so he'll cook that up, and we'll like chicken fry it almost, so like just like almost like deep frying it, and dude, it is unreal, man. And it's like the most yes. I know it sounds crazy, but dude, it is fantastic. It's amazing. It is the best thing, I swear. And what I love about it is it's like the cleanest meat you'll eat because it's not processed, like got steroids in it. I mean, it's just pure, like the only thing that they.
Especially if you're like out hunting and harvest where there's not a lot of cars.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. And so we hunt down here, and we also hunt up in Illinois. We've got a little bit of property up there. And that's where I shot a deer with my bow this past October. I got one. It was like first time I went up there, I got a deer. And then after that, I didn't see a deer the rest of the season. So that's just how it goes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How far do you shoot?
I shoot my comfortability. Some people shoot up to 100 yards. I'm not that comfortable. My comfortability spot's about 55 yards. That's about as far as I'll reach. And even then, I'm a little like, let's see if you can get in a little bit closer. Of course, closer the better. The one I shot, I mean, it was like maybe 15 yards from me, so it wasn't far at all. I was like, oh, I can get that. Like, it wasn't an issue. But yeah,
one shot, one kill.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And just right behind the shoulder, so the front legs. So that's usually where you want to aim. I mean, some people aim different
like a
spots.
lung shot?
Yeah, and it's got the most open access to the heart and to the lungs, and it also is just like the quickest way to get them just stop running, and it's the quickest way for them to pass away. Because I'm a hunter, but I'm a sensitive hunter. I don't like animals to suffer in the slightest. So if I injure one, it's gonna drive me nuts, and I'm gonna feel awful for at least a month.
Pretty mad if aliens came down and started hunting us and like bleeding, like hurting us.
Right.
If one thing they came and killed us, ate us, that's one thing.
Right.
Circle of life. They came like torturing us.
Right. Yeah. No. So yeah, I always and then whenever you hit them behind that front shoulder, they can't run far because you just torn all the ligaments and muscles and tissue all through there. So they get, off adrenaline. It just depends. With mine, that deer probably ran maybe about 30 yards from where I had shot it. Now with a gun, when you shoot it behind that shoulder, they just drop on a dime most of the time. Now sometimes you'll have some stragglers that have enough adrenaline to get them up and running, but man, they don't.
Why did you choose a bow over a gun?
Well, really nothing. I just have never bow hunted before, and I love shooting my bow anyway, so I was like, well, might as well give it a shot. And the season is actually longer up in Illinois, so the season in Illinois for gun is like a Friday to Sunday, then there's a week break, and then it's a Thursday to Sunday. So you get a full 7 days, whereas archery season is like from October, like maybe second or third week in October till like, I think it was like 2 weeks ago in January. So, it's a whole longer season. Now, in that gun season, from that 7 days, that's all you get to hunt with a gun. And then if you don't tag out, then...
Have you ever hunted a boar?
No.
That's one thing I want to...
I definitely want to boar hunt. Yep.
Deer, like... It would be fun to hunt a deer, but boars, like a lot of them, I feel like actually in the wild.
Yeah,
like deer, they always run away, but boar, they come at you.
Right,
you
yeah,
kill
they
those
do.
things.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, man. Yeah, hog hunting I would love to do that. My brother, his girlfriend, their family, they've got some property down in Texas, and his girlfriend's, or my brother's girlfriend's dad had asked him, like, hey, if you ever want to come down and hog hunt, like, let me know. And I was like, Michael, that's my brother's name. I was like, Michael, if you don't take that opportunity to go down there and take me with you, I said, I'm going to be mad at you because I would love to do that, man. It's just,
it still hasn't?
No. Well, so we'll see what happens with that. But, man, I'm going to go down at one point and do it with him. I know I am. It's just, I've always wanted to do that. It seems like it's that thrill of that hunt is probably insane. So I have a feeling I would like it.
I always want to, like, actually fight an animal.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
What animal would you not fight?
What animal would I not fight? Like as far as like ones I hunt, or like we just talking animals in general?
Animals in general.
Oh, dude, anything that's over like 150 pounds, I ain't fighting nothing like that.
I could fight some big animal. I guess you are smaller.
I am a small guy.
You're muscular now. So like,
Not really.
You got wrestling experience.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Really, wrestling is all you need to fight an animal. Because like,
it's true.
You keep them off you, use their momentum to get them on the floor, punch them in the throat.
Yeah.
Choke them out. Like,
yeah.
I guess jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jiu-jitsu is more close combat. I feel like they'll get bit a lot more.
Probably, yeah, because I mean, shoot, they'll have guys' heads like between their legs, and I ain't trying to do all that. I'm trying to keep my distance, and yeah. So I'm not trying to get into a fight with an animal at all. But
I feel like if I had a knife, I could fight almost any animal except for a giraffe, an elephant,
a rhino.
Yeah, I was thinking about rhino because like I don't think you can pierce them at all with a knife.
No, I wouldn't want to fight any of those big cats or anything like that.
I can handle a big cat with
a
knife.
You think you could? I think if you have a knife, probably.
I don't know how strong their fur is, but like if they get stabbed like anything else, I can handle a cat.
Man, I wouldn't even come close. I'm too small. I mean, granted, I'm small enough. They probably look at me and be like, "No, I'm not gonna fool with this guy." But you're a big dude, so they'd probably be like, "Well, I'll see what I can get away with."
How much you weigh now?
So I weighed on the scale the other day. I was at 168, and I got pretty serious into working out this like past July. I had just
got any goals? Got any goals? Or you just building up?
I would like to get to a lean like 185, 190 is what my goal is right now. And I got serious into it just because last summer I had just seen myself and I had a lot of just excess fat down here, and I was like, dude, like, you're in your 20s. You don't need to be looking like this. And I've got family health issues that are kind of hereditary almost. And that's just one of those things I was like, I just had like just almost like a click in my brain where I'm like, you got to get back with it.
That's one thing about working out. Like once you start working out, you're the healthiest you've ever been.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
Like you don't get sick.
No.
You just feel good all the time. It's like, wow. Like,
yep. Yeah, and I've just been doing nothing but just a lot of clean eating. So my biggest thing back before I started working out was sodas. Oh, dude, I could go drink like 6 sodas a day, like easily, and have no issue. And I've completely just cut those out. It's just water. I'll have like a Coke Zero or something every once in a while, but other than that, it's just water or juice or something like that. But yeah, just.
Do you drink any?
Not a whole lot. Every once in a while, it's very few, far in between, or however that saying is. It's very rare that I do. If I go out with my buddies, no.
Have you ever?
Nope, not really my cup of tea.
Together.
Nah, I don't know about that.
It was like, I mean, if you've drank, smoking is better. It's more fun than drinking.
Yeah.
So like.
I mean, I've had a cigar, and it was a long time ago, but when I smoked it, I vomited everywhere.
I mean, weed, not cigar.
Oh, you're talking about weed. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. I have never. Yeah.
That's what I offer. A cigarette? Nah.
No. I've never smoked weed, but it's just, I don't know. That's one thing I'm not really interested in. I'll drink or something like that.
You looked into psychedelics at all?
No. I've got a couple friends who do them, but I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to get really, I don't know. I'm not trying to get that hammered. I'll have a couple beers, but I mean, even then, like, if I go out, for example, I went out with my buddies the other day. I think I had like 1 beer, and that was it. It's just because I knew I had to drive, and I'm also trying to stay lean and clean and things like that. So I try and stay away from things that are like that. Now, granted, I'll cave every once in a while, and I'm not saying I only eat healthy. Granted, I will go and tear up a large pizza or whatever the case may be any day of the week. It's just, if it's in my power to control, then I'm going to. I'm going to eat clean. Like at our apartment right now, all we've got, as far as the closest thing to junk food, is probably maybe a box of Pop-Tarts. That's probably about it, and I don't even eat those that often. So,
see, I work at Circle K, and stuff goes expired all the time, so I always got some.
Oh yeah, there you go.
But,
yeah,
like that's why one thing I had to stop smoking because like I didn't realize how much of a problem it was because like I always felt like myself. Right. So like I still did what I wanted to do, but like my body felt different. So like I thought different thoughts, even though like I thought about them the same way I'd always think about them.
Yeah.
But those thoughts came up when they wouldn't usually come up.
Right.
And like I'd be more relaxed doing nothing, whereas like now if I sit around, I'll get anxiety. I'm like, okay, let me go do something. And then if I focus on something, I don't have anxiety. Right. So like as long as I'm doing something, I'm good. But like when I'm high, I was like, I'll just read this book for a couple hours, and it's like nothing. I ain't getting no money from that. And I got a story, and like I do enjoy like reading because like I want to write a book that like is about the infinite realm. So like the more books I read, the more I can pull from when I'm writing. Right. But like at the same time, it's like, wow, I just wasted all that time, like a whole day just reading. Yeah. And then like I've noticed that like I don't really like drinking if I'm not high. So like now that I stopped smoking, like drinking is like, I did it yesterday just because I was like, let me see. Yeah. What I feel like, but it's like, drink's not really fun. I feel like weed and nicotine's not as good without weed either. So like, I feel like weed's the problem. Like once I stopped smoking, like I still get hungry. So like, I know I got to eat, but like, I know I can pick what I eat as opposed to like, this sounds good. And just eating all the snacks in my room.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's just not one of the things that's my cup of tea, I guess. But I mean, I do Zen. Like, I mean, that's what I bought at the gas station the other day. I just do the little pouches every once in a while.
What made you do those?
Nothing made me do it. My buddy gave me one, and then I was just like, these are pretty nice. I like them. So I need to quit though. And I've been doing them, man, only a couple months. You
never even vaped?
No.
Before that?
Nope. I just threw it in a Zen pouch and was like, this is pretty nice. I like this. So yeah, I'll do those every once in a while, and they are. When you pair that with a drink, they go pretty good hand in hand.
Nicotine and alcohol are amazing.
Yeah, they go hand in hand, and so yeah. But like I said, I gotta quit, man. They're not. I don't even know. They're not good for me, and I don't need to be doing them. But I have been for a while, and I need to stop. So.
How often do you do
them? Usually, so the way they make me feel, I don't know. It's probably varies from person to person on how they affect you. They give me a lot of energy. Like I feel like I could just like. I got to go work out or go run or something. So I'll do one in the morning at work, like whenever I'm kind of fully woke up, I'll throw one in. And then I usually will put one in before the gym. I'll put one in before the gym and take some pre-workout, and dude, I'm ready to rock and roll, man. Like, I'm ready to go in there and sling everywhere.
Your throat?
No. No. So yeah, that's probably about, I don't do too many. Maybe 3 or 4 throughout the day, and that's pretty much it.
Tried Zen by vape, so like it's not the same feeling as like a full buzz.
Right.
Like after a couple weeks, because I have a couple from last one I bought a couple months ago. I don't know if they're still good, but they should still be. But like after I take a break, I'm gonna see how it feels.
Yeah.
Like people be really loving those things, but like when I try them, I'm like,
yeah,
I have to just vape.
Yeah. I guess for people like me who don't vape, it's just the buzz is pretty strong.
Yes.
Of course, I've never vaped. I mean, I've done it in like high school. Yeah. I vaped like one time, but I'm not like, it wasn't one of those things like I would buy them and just continually just get vapes all the time. I never did that, and I've never really enjoyed smoking. I always just cough or I just don't like it. It's just not one of the things I find that I like, man, I should be vaping, or like this is what I want to do.
It's funny. I used to not do anything, but then Zach Cangelosi
introduced
me to everything.
Yeah.
And now he got a wife and kids. So like he's more responsible. And it's like,
yeah.
I don't have a reason not to do stuff,
right?
But he does. So it's like,
Yeah.
Now I'm not really stuck with it, because like I got into the point, like really it was like drinking and smoking is like more about passing the time, getting to this point really, like where I can do the stuff I want to do.
Right.
So like now that like this will be the second podcast, and I'm probably gonna interview my dad this weekend.
Yeah.
And that's 3 weeks of content. Post on Monday, and then do shorts throughout the week. So get people to go to the video, and then just keep on rolling from there.
There you go. Yeah, man.
Pretty nice.
Absolutely. Heck yeah. It's the first podcast I've ever done. Ever. I mean, I watch them all the time. Different, just various people like Joe Rogan.
He's one of my favorite. He is my favorite. I don't watch any other podcasts.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Well, I technically Kill Tony, but like they're a comedy show. Not really a podcast.
Yeah, I really like watching Sean Ryan. He's an ex-Navy SEAL who.
It's funny. I love watching his clips, but I never thought to go
watch a full episode. Yeah, man. He interviews some of the craziest people and some of the coolest guys I think I've ever and a lot of them are ex-military guys. And then he just interviews just some people who are like politicians and just things like that, or ex-3-letter agency people like CIA, FBI people. Of course, he interviews. I love listening to DJ Shipley, the guy I posted on my Instagram story the other day that you texted me about, and I like listening to him. He's an ex-Navy SEAL, was on SEAL Team 6, the youngest guy in history to do it, and he posts a lot of stuff that are just motivating kind of things, and I like listening to him talk a lot too. So I'll listen to his stuff and listen to Sean Ryan a lot. But other than that, I really don't listen to podcasts too often unless I'm like on a road trip, and I'll just throw them on because they're like 3.5 hours, 4 hours, and they just make the time go by quick.
Yeah, throw them on at
work. Because people are yapping in the background. I'm just listening, just driving, doing my thing, So that's pretty much the only time I really listen to podcasts. Other than that, it's just listen to music, things like that. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
The only thing about music is I don't know why, but it really grabs my attention. So I can't play music in my ear when I'm doing stuff. I can do it when I'm focusing, but if someone's talking, I will not be able to hear them.
Right.
I don't know what it is, but it turns off my other ear.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yep.
I should have wrote down some questions. Because I feel like I had more. I definitely have more. I can ask about anything.
Yeah. Back to working out, man. It's just I've been staying pretty disciplined with it since July. I go 7 days a week. There's not a day I don't skip unless I'm doing something or hanging out with somebody.
You should take a break. Rest days are amazing, like for building muscle and just recovery. Because I was doing that for a while, just do it because I have a routine that I do every day, and because it's just stretching and active stretching, passive stretching, and like high kicks.
Yeah.
Like warm up stuff pretty much. So like my goal is like just to get like gymnastic shape, like handstand, push-ups, splits, all that. And I've realized that like when I was doing it every day, I was slowly getting flexible. If I took like a 2 or 3 day break, when I came back, it was like a completely different body. It was like, wow.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's just I think like my rest day, the closest day I have to rest day is on Sunday. It's my body weight exercises, so it's just I do probably about maybe 500 push-ups, 500 sit-ups, and then I'll do dips and things like that, and then I'll just walk on the treadmill. And it's not really a hard day. I don't really like leave that workout like, man, I'm exhausted. I leave that workout feeling like, okay, I feel
pretty
feel
good shape.
decent.
I don't think I can do 500 push-ups.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not doing them all in one sitting. It's like it's at least over like 20 minutes. It takes me a little while to do it because by that next, I mean, it's rough. But yeah, it's
I think I got like 30 in me at once.
Yeah.
I haven't tried like doing another set after that because like my workouts have like I could push myself, but like I don't really have a reason to. So like really, I just do like just until I'm tired and like okay, I'll move on to the next thing.
Yeah, though going 7 days a week, it's like one of those things. If I take a rest day, I immediately just get almost mad at myself, like you should have gone, because then I start to see like pictures of me back then when I have all this body fat on. I'm like, you want to just is that what you, like? It's almost like borderline insane. Like I just like tell myself like that's what you want to go back to.
You should give yourself like 1 or 2 rest days.
It's hard for me though, man. I sit there and I get anxious.
Just
like if
do
I
it
don't,
like a stretch day or something. Where you just like go on a walk or something.
Yeah.
Do
Well,
like
that's what I'll do on those body weight days. I'll go after that because I'm usually done with all that stuff within about an hour and a half. After that, I'll like walk on the treadmill for an hour, and it's just relaxes me, and then I'll go home and just take an ice cold shower and just do it that way. But every once in a while I'll have a rest day if I'm feeling super tired and I know I'm not gonna have a good workout. Even though a lot of days I don't want to go work out, I still go do it because a crappy workout's better than nothing because you at least got your heart moving and stuff like that. But just I've just been proud of myself staying disciplined to do it because I worked out for like 2 or 3 years, but it was not very consistent. It was like maybe 3 or 4 days out of the week. I wasn't lifting. I wasn't going in there and lifting, having good lifts. It was going in just doing mediocre lifts, and I just wasn't seeing any changes. And then this past summer when I just buckled down, was like, all right, you're going to start running. You're going to start doing all this stuff. You're going to watch what you eat. I lost a lot of that body fat now to the point where I've actually got a 6-pack. So I'm like proud of myself. I'm like, I've never seen abs on myself. Yeah, man, I've never seen abs on myself my whole life until probably this past summer. And I saw a picture of myself and like compared it side by side, and I was just like
full 6-pack.
Yeah.
I've gotten down to a 2-pack, but I can never get because like I think if I get down to like probably 200, I feel like the abs will show up. Because like I definitely do have strong abs. I can feel them in there.
Yeah.
But there's a layer of fat there. So like once I start losing weight, you can start seeing the line build on top of the fat. So like, I assume there's abs down there.
Yeah. No, they're there, man. They're there. I'm telling you, they're there, man. Yeah, I saw that picture of myself from this past summer, and I was just hanging out with my cousin. We were at the pool, and his sister had taken a picture of us, and I saw it, and I was just like, it was just crazy to me to see myself then compared to like 2 years ago or even a year ago. It's just like that's a whole different person because I've been small my whole life and just
you really don't look like yourself.
Yeah, I'm a little bit different. Yeah, it's so I mean I'm still not big at all. I would like to be a lot bigger if I could. But I can tell I've gotten a lot stronger. And I mean, I hit a PR on bench the other day. I, for the first time, hit 225, but I hit a PR of 245. And I got so excited after I hit 225, I started doing more reps of it, not realizing, hey, you're trying to PR here. Let's see what you can get to. So I tried for like 255, and I got halfway up, and I got stuck. And I'm like, if I wouldn't have done those other reps, I think I could have gotten
That's
it up.
That's some pretty good progress, though.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. It was, I had thought about doing, I had tried many times trying to do 225. You could just never, I mean, I could get it off the rack and it'd come down and it wouldn't budge. And then when I got that first one off, my adrenaline had kicked into the point where it literally felt like 135 to me. Like I was like, this is awesome. I remember looking at my arms and seeing 2 plates on that bar, and I was like, this is surreal. Like, it was one of the greatest feelings I think I've ever felt in my life. It was awesome. So, yeah, man. Just,
you have a max you want to get to?
Road to 315, man. I would like to see if I can get that eventually. I know that's not going to happen for probably maybe another year or so, but that's the end goal. If I could hit that, I think I'd be like, all right.
My max went under 315. It's kind of sad. Oh, was it 315? I'm pretty sure. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
I know all my max went down because, like,
yeah,
we worked out through high school, and then once I got to college and didn't make it onto the football team, I was like, I still worked out because, like, I'm making it on the football team. But then after that first year went by, and then second year, and they weren't recruiting the second year, I was like,
yeah,
what am I working out for?
Right.
And I just got up to like 360 pounds.
Yeah,
I was a balloon.
Yeah.
And then after I broke up my girlfriend right after college, I was kind of just like, I think I'm still fat for like another year or two after that. And I was just like, why do I eat 3 times a day? Like, I don't need to. I just do it because I've always done it. And stop eating. I used to eat out like once or twice a day, like just McDonald's. Like, I was like a thing like, oh, you have like regular breakfast and then you eat out at dinner. I was like, looking back, I was like, wow.
Yeah. Why would you do that? Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just, and that was another thing for me too. That key of just eating healthy, like, and like I said, I still splurge all the time and I'll eat junk food, man.
It's funny because like
whatever.
You can eat junk food as long as you cook it.
Right.
As long, like, if you go and like eat out or like buy a refrigerator, like a frozen joint, you always feel bad after it. But you cook something,
you don't feel that way. Yeah.
Regular.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy how, I don't know if you know who Sam Sulik is. He's that bodybuilder's a young coming up guy. He he had said, like your calorie intake is your biggest thing. And I always thought for the longest time, like, oh, whatever, I can eat what I want as long as I'm working out. Well, I did that for that 2-year span where I was having mediocre lifts, eating what I want. No results, wasn't getting stronger. And once I changed how I started eating clean, just chicken and rice, beef and rice, I'll eat some of that deer burger and rice or whatever. And started doing that and drinking water and started running. I trimmed off that belly fat quick. That and just I noticed my strength had just gone up tremendously just from eating, because I try throughout the day to hit my body weight in grams of protein. So like I was 168 the other day. I may have gone down a little bit or gone up. I don't know. I haven't checked. I'm kind of in a plateau at the moment where I'm just staying in this 168, 170 range. Can't really go down. Can't really go up. But I try and get as far as
probably because you need a rest day.
Probably, yeah, probably. And I mean, hey, I'll take this as my rest day because I'm not going to the gym after this. I'm gonna go home and relax. But yeah, I try and get my body weight in grams of protein. So I'll drink a bunch of protein shakes in the morning. I'll eat a sandwich with like some keto bread. It's just got a bunch of lunch meat on there, like ham, turkey, things like that. And then I'll eat couple protein bars, things like that. And then at the end of the day, go work out for a little while, come home, drink a protein shake, and then eat some chicken, and then that's kind of what my diet's consistent of here lately, is just trying to eat as clean as possible. And granted, like I said, I slip all the time, so I'm not too worried about it. But
do you train for emotional mobility any?
Not really. No. I'll do like a lot of stretches and stuff. Like I love to do dead hangs. I'll do some of the stretches we used to do in wrestling all the time, and just try and get my lower back to get a little bit more flexible and things like that. Which I'm already pretty flexible. Like I can bend over and do whatever and touch my toes and things like that.
Do you do palms to the floor?
Huh?
Do you do palms to the floor?
I can do that, So I do some things, but as far as like focusing on trying to get that more mobility and more flexibility, I'm not really looking. I'm just at the moment looking like just trying to get bigger if I can. So yeah, yeah, man, it's just working out's been great. I've got, like I said, 7 days a week. I've got to that point. I've got so addicted to it. Like that's all I want to do is like I want to just go work out. Like throughout the day, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm on the weekends when I wake up Saturday, I'm like, all right, what time is it? I need to start getting up, get ready, and let's go to the gym for a little while.
What gym you go to?
I go to 24E in Huntsville, right next to Phil Sandoval's and everything. It's right there on 72.
Like The one that's by the China Market and
Yep, right over there. Yeah, the 24E Health Club. You got the giant yellow 24E sign up there. That's the one I go to. It's nice. It's a really nice. It's a small commercial gym. So I mean, you got some days like Monday and Tuesday are obviously pretty busy. I always go around like 6. So when I get there, people are at the back tail end of their workout, so they're starting to trickle out as I'm walking in. And it's nice, man. They're open 24 hours, so I can literally go whenever I want. Like. Here lately, I haven't been sleeping good, so if I can't sleep good, I just get up and I'll just go walk on the treadmill there, or I'll go and just do some pull-ups or just do something to try and get myself to just shut down or just wind down, because I don't know what it's been here lately, but these past couple months, I haven't been sleeping good, just anxious all the time, or I'll wake up just like out of breath, like having like almost like a night terror kind of thing, I guess you could say, like just waking up out of breath, just kind of anxious, like what's going on.
You had your like your nutrition levels checked lately?
No.
Do that.
Yeah.
Because it might just be lacking something.
Could be. Yeah. And so I'll do that, and usually what happens is like I have no trouble falling asleep. It's staying asleep. Like I'll fall asleep like that, but then I'll wake up 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
That's annoying.
4:45, 5 o'clock, and then I'm just like, at certain points, like if I could try and go back to sleep and I know I'm going to wake up again, that's when I'm out, like I'm up. I'm just up. Like last Friday, I woke up at 4 o'clock and I was up. I was just up. I couldn't go back to sleep. I was like, and so I just went and worked out, then went to work, and then went back to the gym that afternoon, and I didn't wake up. I slept great Friday night because I didn't wake up probably till 1:30 that afternoon, just because I had been up so early in the morning, up all day, did a 2-day workout, and was just like, I was done. So yeah, I gotta figure something out, because this sleeping thing is starting to bug me a little bit.
I can't sleep more than 6 hours. If I
really?
can't sleep more than 6 hours, I'll just start sweating.
Really?
I have to get up.
Yeah. I haven't had that issue, but yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I gotta improve my
Unless
sleep
it's
cycle.
very cold. If it's very cold, then I can stay asleep for a very long time.
While. Yeah. Nothing like a cold room to sleep in. That's the best, man. I love it. Yeah.
Like any regular temperature, 6
Nothing.
hours.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So I've been having issues with that, but yeah, just staying consistent with my workouts, man. Just trying to stay disciplined with that. Of course, I hear my brother and my parents and stuff saying like, "Oh yeah, like you're looking good," and then I've really got bad body dysmorphia, so like I'll go into the gym and I'll even just go check out what I look like after workout, like any normal guy does, and I'm still just like not pleased with what I look at. Like I'm like, you're still.
So you gotta not worry about what you look like.
I know.
You just gotta think about what you can do.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
like you can even see yourself most of the time, so like why worry about your looks?
Right.
But,
yeah. I tend to let that kind of get to me sometimes. I'll go look in the mirror and then I'm just like, you're still small. Like when I look in the mirror after a good workout, I still see that guy from a year ago, 2 years ago, whenever the case may be, and I'm still just like, you're not anywhere.
You gotta think like,
go.
why? Like you don't gotta look better. Like if you want to be bigger, that's like a statistical. Like there's like being bigger, you're more protected.
Mm-hmm.
You can do more stuff. But like looking better, what does that do for you?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing other than it just like makes me satisfied with how I look. But that's that's kind of a selfish mindset, I guess you could say. So yeah, but yeah, I've just fallen in love with it, man. These past 6 months have been great. It's one thing I look forward to, and I just try and stay in just good health. Really, is all I'm worried about. And I haven't been running here lately just because it's been so cold. I mean, it was 6 degrees like 2 weeks ago. So
come back in like a couple days.
Yep. So I'm like,
I've been enjoying this last week. It's nice
it's been nice in the 60s, 70s. It's been great. Yeah. So once the spring hits and it's a little bit warmer outside, I'll start running again. I haven't been running here lately, but I know like last summer, man, that's what I would do. I would come home from work and I would run about 2 miles. So I would run from my house to the back tail end of our neighborhood, which was 1 mile, and then I would run back. So it was 2 miles.
Have you done any real long distance?
No, I don't plan on it. I hate long distance. Do not like it. I don't like running in general, but I would just do it because I knew that it would help with trimming down fat and just
you should try it. Like,
trying to keep that
probably
cardio
like
shape in
like
check.
an end of summer one or like a fall one. And just train through the summer. Just do like a half marathon. It's kind of fun.
Have you done one before?
Yeah,
you have done one before?
Done 2.
You done 2?
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it was 2. I think the others were like 10Ks and 5Ks.
Okay.
But like they're fun because like once you get going, your body just gets in the rhythm.
of
like,
it. Yeah.
As long as you don't stop, it's really really easy.
Yeah.
Like I have bad ankles, so like pretty sure both the half marathons I did, my feet swell up and like I think I did like 4 hours.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got under 4 hours on any of them. Like, I like to get, because I know people do half marathon in like 2 hours. So like that's my goal range I want to get to.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, I get that. I just running's just not for me. I got to a point where I liked doing a little bit of running, but when I say a little bit, I mean like the most I've ever run was like 4 miles, and then that's nothing. And
you really have to find somewhere that's a good spot to run, because like you got to see new things and like
yeah,
like you got to progress. Like running on a treadmill.
No, I hate running on a treadmill. I will never do that. That's why like I liked running in my parents' neighborhood. However, it was very hilly, so the way to the back of the neighborhood it was a downhill slope, but on the way back that was like that uphill like. Let's see how far you can push yourself kind of thing. At least for me it was. I know some people would just run it like it's nothing, but I would run it and be like, all right, let's see if you can. I would always test myself. I'd be like, all right, let's see if you can run from the back to halfway, 1 mile, let's see if you can do 1.5 miles just not stop. And most of the time I could, and then sometimes I would be able to just do the whole 2. Just I would find a good pace, that 1 mile, and I wouldn't time myself because I know if I time myself then I would start running harder, and I'm like I'm not trying to do that. So I got pretty good at pacing myself throughout the summer. Now granted I haven't ran in a while, so if I try and run now it's going to look terrible. I probably give you that 1.5 miles, and then at that point I'm like, all right, I got to walk for a second.
So I can do my slow jog forever, but like for time, anytime if I try to do time, I will gas fast.
Yep.
Because even trying to like keep under like 8-minute miles,
right?
Just like I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean the fastest mile I think I ran at that neighborhood was like it was like 6 minutes, like 42 seconds, and I was hauling it. Like I mean that was me like almost full-fledged sprinting, and I got there. And then I turned around and I didn't stop. I turned around and I just did a very slow jog back to the house. So I mean, I was pleased with that 6-minute mile because I've never done that before either. And so when I got that was pretty awesome, and that was a new thing for me too. So, but yeah, running is not my favorite, but I will do it at the same time. So
you should check out Hughes Road. It's like I think it's 2 miles down, 2 miles back. You park at Discovery, and that's what I started. We first started training there, but then when we started doing, actually, I'm pretty sure the half marathon was the first. I don't know why we were running. I think my dad just liked to run.
Yeah.
And then like when he decided to do the half marathon, we went to County Line.
Okay.
And we did 7 down, 7 back.
Yeah.
And it's nice because like you get to actually see stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like travel. It's like being in the world. Like you used to be able to travel for miles and not be interrupted. Like now there's like. You can't walk through the streets.
yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, it's I've had some people ask me if I would want to do a marathon with them. I'm just like
a marathon never. Well, I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to get to like marathon shape because then like you can run 26 miles.
Yeah.
Like, you can outrun like there's zombies or something.
Right.
You're good for 26 miles.
Yes. Yeah.
That would be an interesting shape to get in. But
now on the 27th, we're gonna have a different conversation. But yeah.
13.1 miles. Every single time it hurts. So I don't know about double that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had somebody ask me if I'd want to do a triathlon, which is like the running, the biking, and the swimming.
I want to do that.
It sounds fun, but I know that I would not be like the swimming aspect. I've been a pretty good swimmer, but I don't know. I'm not in any swimming shape whatsoever because I know that's a whole another level of cardio that my body is not used to.
That'd probably be the spot where like people start laughing at me.
Oh yeah, no doubt in my mind. Even the biking, I think that would be too because I haven't. I mean, I'll get on like at the gym. I like to do the stationary bike, which that's completely different. I mean, it's still a form of cardio, but actually biking on terrain because the terrain's not gonna be even. It's gonna be different, ups and downs, and I know that cardio shape is completely different too. So. As far as the only cardio shape I'm in is lightly running. That's it. Like 2 mile runs. That's the cardio shape I'm in right now. The best cardio shape I've ever been in was when we were in wrestling. Oh, dude, that cardio shape was it was amazing. Yeah.
I wanted to get back into wrestling. I was supposed to coach at Bob Jones this past season, but he never hit me back. And so I was like, I didn't want to like bother him because like it was like. One, there are rivals, Bob Jones. So like I'm helping y'all out, and you can't like respond to a text. So like I was like, I already kind of didn't want to because like they're Bob Jones. I only really wanted to do it because like it was an opportunity to wrestle again. So like, but then he didn't hit back, and then I might try Sparkman, like because Watts is not in charge of it. It's like some random guy, and it's like
Yeah, it's like,
I don't really have a reason to go there anymore.
Right.
It's like I don't know anybody there. Everyone's graduated. It's like,
yeah.
think about just getting into jiu-jitsu.
There you go.
Like,
yeah.
Learn something new.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. I don't miss wrestling in the slightest, other than the practices and the workouts were amazing because I was in great shape and practices were fun.
You don't like the tournaments?
No, because I sucked. I mean, I lost almost every match, man. I was terrible. I had the technique, but I didn't have the muscle. Like, I was just not strong enough, and I wasn't very good. And I didn't take it seriously either. I mean, I was in high school. I was more worried about the battle pass on Fortnite at the time. So, I mean, I wasn't even.
Imagine they let high schoolers like do stuff like my relationship with like working out didn't happen until I got out of college, and it's like, oh, I kind of need to work out to be able to move.
Yeah.
Like in high school, they don't teach you that you're working out to move. They're like, you're working out to do this sport or like something. It's like, now you need to work out to live. Like working out's part of life. Like if we were in the wild, you'd be cutting down a tree or like moving dirt, or like you'd be doing something. You'd be moving.
Yeah.
Like these days, we'd be sitting around and
just doing nothing. Yeah. So it's I miss the workouts and stuff from wrestling for sure, and I do miss like the practices and learning the moves and things like that. Like that's a skill like hopefully I never have to use against somebody in real life situation, but I mean it's going to be a great thing to have if you ever get into an altercation with somebody. So, but yeah, I mean it was a good thing because it gave you a stronger mentality. Because you're going to lose a lot in that sport. It's going to teach you a lot about yourself.
Not me.
Not you. Yeah, not you. I'm talking about me. Yeah. I because I lost a lot, so I mean it helped me build more of a callous mind to losing.
Understanding like stuff just happens.
Stuff happens. Learn from it. Come back and try. Of course, I mean I came back and tried and still lost multiple times until I finally got that one victory. But losing all that time and then getting that one victory. When you got that one victory, you felt amazing, or at least I did. I know you won all the time because you were big and strong.
Except for that state final. It doesn't really haunt me.
Yeah.
But it was like, that was like the one time in my wrestling career that I genuinely felt like I couldn't do anything. Because like, everything I did, he just countered it. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I think I got majored. I'm pretty sure I got majored.
Yeah.
But I didn't get pinned. So like, that was a plus.
Yeah.
But still, that was the one time in my life I was like, wow. Like, I was stronger than him, but, like, his technique was just flawless, and he was, like, 6'5". So, like, his arms were all over the place.
Yeah.
But
I
think he's coaching at Clemson now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Man, if he's that big, I can imagine he probably is, yeah. Yeah, so, it's, I miss some aspects of it, and then some I'm just like, I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore.
I loved pretty much all of it. Like, especially, like, my senior year. Wasn't it Watson my senior year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Watson, and then I don't think Cunningham ever came my senior year, but it was I always forget his name, the engineer guy that went to Auburn.
Oh yeah, the shorter guy, blonde hair. Yeah, I can't remember his name either, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
That was a good year because like we got all our workouts in, but it wasn't like they weren't trying to torture us.
Right.
Like the prior years. Like it seemed like they were trying to like make us quit.
Yeah.
Like just endless running up the hills in the cold, bear crawls up in the cold.
Yep.
It's like
fireman carries in the cold.
Yeah,
I remember the day
like,
that was the worst.
It's not fun.
Yeah,
like inside when we were like working and learning, I was like
that's where I enjoyed it. Yeah. Now, granted, those hills they'll put you in shape, but I found I got more better cardio training when we did just like live wrestling. Yeah, and what you would have the two guys in the middle wrestling, and then the other two guys that are on the outside were working on moves, or they were doing up downs, just working on that cardio, and then the next guy would hop in with one guy still remaining, and it was just constant. I remember how tired I would be coming home. I mean, I would just pass out. Like I'd hit the shower and I'd hit the bed and I was out. And so I mean, it definitely taught me a lot for sure. It made my mentality stronger and discipline on that for sure. Because as long as you don't quit, man, just keep pushing through it and just
always get better.
That's right. Yeah.
Like it showed you like what life is. Like you lose sometimes, you win sometimes.
Yep.
You get better all the time.
Right.
If you let yourself.
If you can get over those losses and just press on, you'll make yourself better from it. You'll learn from it, and you'll.
You not want to get back into any combat sports?
I mean, I would love to learn like jiu-jitsu or some type of MMA, or heck, even I've thought about just doing boxing just to learn I mean, I know how to throw a punch, but just how to dodge things or block or just defensive kind of stuff too. So
the only reason I don't want to do boxing is because no one else in the world does it.
Yeah.
So like, if you go box a Thai fighter, you're gonna get kicked in your mouth and not see it coming. So like, I do want to learn boxing, but I want to learn it after I learn. I was about to say Tai Chi. What's the Thai fighting?
I don't know.
I'll remember it later. I'm so stupid. Everyone watching was like, you know what it is. But, I want to learn that because like they use all parts of their body and like they're like very. If you're in range of me, I can hit you with any part of my body.
Yeah.
Whereas like Taekwondo and karate, they're more about keeping you at bay.
Right.
Like you getting close to a Taekwondo or karate person, you're gonna beat them.
You're
Like the Thai fighter, whatever it's called, I don't remember. It's annoying me, I can't remember, but there's some dangerous fighters up close.
Oh yeah, they are. Yep. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not opposed to it at all in the slightest. Like I love watching UFC. I love watching boxing, things like that. So I'm not opposed to it in the slightest. It's just I gotta force myself almost to join or do or sign up or whatever the case may be to take action and do those things. But yeah, I mean, I would love to. I think it'd be an absolute blast to do that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Did you ever meet Noah Dameron? I forgot to say his last name.
I don't believe that I did.
He's doing MMA now.
Yeah.
He said I could pull up on his gym at any time, but I kind of need a reason to do stuff. And it's like, if I pull up to the gym and he's not there, or like they asked me to pay and I wasn't expecting to pay, or like it's like I'm waiting until like I'm ready for anything to happen before I pull up there, or like we have something specific planned.
Right.
But probably gonna hit him up next week.
There you go.
Because like another thing I want to do is get into photography because like I just like taking pictures and like you can take pictures of anything.
Yeah.
So like pictures and videography. So like it'd be cool to do like because he has a fight in March, I think he said.
Okay.
It'd just be cool to like do like a promo for him. And
that would be pretty sick. Thing. Yeah, like a little YouTube clip of him. That'd be pretty cool. Heck yeah. So yeah,
Think about going back to school any?
I've thought about it a little bit right now. I mean, I just don't want to be in debt. Like I don't want to take out student loans. So at the moment, probably not this year. I'd probably wait till next year if I'm going to.
It's pretty much useless to go to school, really.
Yeah.
Like, whatever you want to learn, you just go online.
Right. And that plumbing job I had told you about that I applied for. If I get it, I know they would pay for me to go to school to get my journeyman's license, which is like kind of a license to operate on whatever you wanted to, as far as that side goes. And you can make a lot of money in doing it that way. So that as far as school goes, that's probably the only level of school I'm really interested in at the moment. I'm not really interested in doing like a business degree or really anything like that. And plus, I'm out of school and have been out of school for a few years now, and so I'm liking not having to be like, oh crap, I got to turn this in, I got to turn that in. Oh, what's due this week? Oh, I got a test tomorrow. I'm just I'm kind of over that. So, it's just not really something that I want to do right at the moment.
The only reason why I kind of want to go back to college is just access to actual smart people.
Yeah.
And like, it's like, I have a lot of questions and like, it'd be cool to be able to verify and like the research people be doing. Mm-hmm. Like being access to like college is like, it's like a real world, but like centralized. So like they're actually researching, like doing stuff people in the real world do, but like, you have bosses in school, but like out in the real world, like you have to get a job and you start it from the bottom. Mm-hmm. But like in college, you just learn everything. Like that's satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's kind of weird that like colleges isn't free because like.
Yeah, it sucks. It's expensive. That's why I'm saying I don't want to take out any student loans or anything because right now it's just not right. At least right now it's not in the cards for me. I wouldn't mind going back and trying something new, but at the moment it's not something I find appealing that I want to do.
It's really only good for networking.
Yeah.
And I didn't use it for networking.
Yeah.
Because I got a girlfriend at the beginning and then I just hung out with her all the time and it's just school and her and then after we broke up and got, I was like, wow, I really got nothing.
Yeah. So, but we'll see, man. Some things change. My mindset may change here in the next couple months. I may say, I want to go back or right, but as of right now, as of this week, No. So yeah, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
You read books?
Not really. No.
Ever read comics?
Uh-uh.
Just check out webtoons.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't really say check out webtoons because they're kind of addicting. You watch anime?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Mm-mm.
You watch anything?
No. The only anime I've seen is Attack on Titan. That was it.
I mean, it's good, but that's also a shame.
Yeah.
Why'd you just pick Attack on Titan?
A bunch of buddies were like, "Watch it, dude! Like, watch it." And I was like, "Oh."
What kind of shows do you watch?
Man, I don't really watch a lot of shows at the moment.
Working out and gaming and YouTube.
Yeah, pretty much. Just watch YouTube clips or.
It's fun. That's actually kind of the same.
Yeah.
I don't work out, but like watching shows. I don't know, something they don't have. There's not a lot of like really good shows out anymore. And like I don't want to get into anything and then like I watch it and then that's just the end. It's not like I had like a group of friends who were all watching it and then we could talk about it. It's like I just watch this whole thing for no reason. Like YouTube, just watch, learn every day. It's like little bits.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So yeah.
I do love me some webtoons because their world building is better than everything else. Because like anime always try to keep it within 12 episodes, and then manga it's black and white, so you don't get like the full feeling.
Right.
Like you get kind of the feeling because like the shapes are still there. But like webtoons, full color, and some of them have like thousands of chapters, like 4,000 chapters, and like they do like full world building, like everything, like Harry Potter levels of world building for like tiny stories, and it's like wow, that's a good feeling.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah. I haven't really read too many books. I don't really read that often, so it's just not something that I've really thought about doing. I need to, though. I do need to start reading something, just anything, but I just really don't. It's just schedules, just work out, go home, just normal basic person routine. So yeah, but yeah.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
I like to cook pasta. Big pasta cooker.
You make the pasta yourself?
No, I just buy it straight out the box. But like I like to like incorporate different like meats and stuff like chicken, beef.
What's your go-to sauce?
It just depends on what I'm cooking. So like I like to make like a Cajun pasta. So it's like shrimp, chicken, broccoli, and then
no sausage?
You can if you want to. Sometimes I'll do like a spicy andouille sausage. I'll put that in there, and I'll put like a cream sauce in there with it, kind of like a homemade Alfredo in a way. It's really good. I love making that.
I had a Cajun Alfredo at Cheddar's one time. That was one of the best pastas I've ever had.
Yeah, man, it's good. Sometimes you can just do like marinara, things like that. It just depends on kind of like what you like. But for me, usually my go-tos, I love to make that homemade Alfredo, and you can put anything in it. Like I've done like bacon shrimp pasta with that Alfredo sauce in it, and man, that stuff is, I will tear that up in a heartbeat.
I'd take a break from bacon.
Really?
Yeah, because it's not that I was eating a lot of it, because like I'll buy like a 1 pound pack and then cut it in half and then eat 4 of those strips. It's like 2 pieces of bacon, so not terribly bad.
Right.
But at the same time, I was eating it like every day with every meal.
Yeah. It can it can have a little taxing effect on you there for sure. But yeah, so yeah.
It's just easy because like you bake the bacon grease and then you can cook in the bacon grease and then mix it in. So it's just
exactly.
Easy.
Yeah, exactly. And you can save the bacon grease for another recipe. So yeah, man. But other than that, I don't really cook a whole lot. I mean, and I can cook. I can cook whatever. But I'd say pasta is my big thing I like to cook. I love to cook chicken and rice. Do that all the time.
I might get back into pasta. I don't know why I stopped. Well, it's probably just, I don't know why I stopped, to be honest.
Yeah.
Probably just because it's harder.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of baked potatoes and baked potatoes and tacos. I just do like different variances on that. So like I'll throw like beef in the potato or like chicken in the tomato. Always cheese.
Yeah.
So like if I added, I don't add a lot of salt to any of my stuff. So like, I don't have to like worry about throwing in the cheese, but at the same time, it's like probably should watch what I'm actually like measuring. But at the same time, it's like it's not fun. Like it's fun to just like that's a good idea. Just put it together.
Right.
And I only eat once a day, so like the calories are never over. But well, it was when I was drinking. And for the longest time, I didn't realize that it was actually drinking because I'd eat once a day and I'd drink with that meal. But that drink that threw me over because it was like 200 calories on top of like the 800 meal I was having. So like,
yeah,
kept me growing.
right. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, as far as it goes for like me, I'm a lazy cooker. So like I'll eat like frozen bags of like frozen grilled chicken breasts, and I'll cut those up and pair it with some broccoli and some rice or something like that.
Never go raw chicken.
Every once in a while I will. It's just like I said, I'm a lazy cooker, so like if it's just quick and easy, then that's probably what I'm gonna do. Now, if I'm cooking for like people or for myself, then I like to just start with just fresh stuff, fresh broccoli, fresh whatever. You know, I've
never done fresh broccoli. I don't know why.
It's it tastes a lot better than the frozen stuff. It does. But like I said,
funny, that is true because like I've eaten raw straight broccoli, but I've never cooked raw straight broccoli. It's always the frozen kind.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm a lazy cooker, man. Just for myself, it's just chicken tenders or grilled chicken breasts, frozen pizza or whatever the case may be.
I haven't done a frozen pizza in a long time.
I haven't either. Yeah, I haven't either. But I mean, like I said, I can cook whatever. If somebody asked me to cook them something, like gave me a certain thing that they wanted, I could cook it for you. My favorite thing to cook for like breakfast and stuff is I'll take like a flatbread and I will grill up some sausage patties and just ground them up, get them like just kind of like loose, make some eggs, and then I'll put them in that wrap and toast it, and then I'll put like there's this like smoked habanero sauce that my mom gets from Kroger, and dude, it is probably the best breakfast sandwich I think I've ever.
How many meals do you have a day?
It varies. So I don't eat breakfast just because I'll eat breakfast on like the weekends or something, but not during the work week. I don't. I like to, the time. So I like to sleep in as long as I can before work. So I'll like just supplement it with like a couple protein shakes or something like that, or maybe like a breakfast sandwich, something like that. But I usually just eat lunch and dinner is usually what I eat. And I'll supplement, like I said, most days my breakfast is a couple protein shakes, or a breakfast sandwich or something like that. That's just frozen. That's just because it's quick and easy, and I can just make it real quick and then head out the door like a breakfast hot pocket. So yeah, but yeah, usually just 2 meals a day is usually what I'm on right now.
Have you looked into any supplements?
Like
just any of them, like creatine. I'm about to start saying stuff. I was like, I don't want to get caught. I know creatine's a thing.
Yeah, creatine.
I kind of know the other things.
I've looked at some things, man, but I don't want to hop on anything that's going to mess up like testosterone or anything like that. I've thought about it. I think every guy who's ever worked out is like.
There's a lot of stuff that doesn't mess with your testosterone.
That's true.
Not directly.
Right.
Like they just like one thing. That's one thing that I kind of like Joe Rogan for, because like he kind of put me onto it. Like the idea of like there's a lot of stuff in our diet that we're missing and that we don't realize, because like usually like in the wild, if you killed an animal, you wouldn't just throw away the other parts. You would boil them, you'd make like a soup or something, and you'd get like you'd boil their bones, get the bone marrow, their livers, like all those like micronutrients that we would usually be getting from all the stuff that we throw away, we get from vitamins. And like I never really thought about it, because like I was like, chicken's chicken, I mean food's food.
Yeah.
And I feel good, so like
right.
I don't think I need, but like then I started taking like ashwagandha, multivitamins, iron. I took the iron because I went to the doctor. They said my iron was low.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I was just like, wow, I just feel slightly better.
Right.
Like, it's interesting.
Yeah, I haven't really looked into too many supplements, man. I've just been clean eating and just staying consistent with working out. That's pretty much all I've been.
When was the last time you went to the doctor?
Probably since middle school. It's been a long
How old
time.
are you?
24.
You got to hit it up before you lose your insurance, your parents' insurance.
Yeah, you're probably right. I need to just go get my blood work done, things like that. But I mean, unfortunately, like I said, I've been just lazy, and I'm like, well, as long as I'm not sick, I don't have a reason.
You should do it before you get sick.
But yeah. So
especially now that like you're in decent shape, so like what they'll give you is like actually stuff that'll get you better. Because like when you're fat, they just like to say you're fat, and then you're like, give me some stuff I can actually, like, I know I'm fat. Like, what's the actual things I need to do?
Right.
Like, that's actually why my ankle got messed up, because, like, I was always fat as a kid, so, like, they never thought to MRI it. They're just like, oh, you're fat, that's why you have ankle problems. But, like, no, I had a fused bone that they would have caught. Everyone usually gets caught when they're young.
Right.
Because, like, they're like, oh, I have ankle problems, and they check it. But, like, they're like, nah, you're fat. And,
Yeah. I mean, of course, I've been to, like, clinics and stuff if I've got, like, a head cold, but I haven't been to, like, an actual physician's care and had them do blood work and just do like a full-fledged checkup. I haven't done that, man. Yeah, it's been a long time. So
definitely check that out.
Yeah, probably.
And
I need to.
Probably help with like your workouts because like you'll know if you're overworking yourself or anything.
Yeah, I need to. I definitely need to hop in there, and I need to get set up. Yeah. So yeah, something I need to look into. But like I said, I've just been lazy here lately, so I need to kind of quit that and start taking care of myself a little bit more by having them make sure I'm okay. And
you work every day during the week?
Yeah, Monday through Friday.
That's probably why, because like the weekends everything's closed, like the actual businesses.
Right, and I'm just like I don't want to take a day off work, and so that's part of the reason. But I mean, I could still I need to probably take a day off work or even just a half day and just have somebody go just take a look at everything, just make sure everything checks out. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about Trump and his office?
Man, I don't really get into politics too much. From what I've seen, everything so far has been doing good. I mean, I'm not saying he's like the greatest president to walk the earth. Mm-hmm. I don't know a whole lot about him. I just try and stay out of it as much as I can. I voted for him this past election. I did, just because I wanted.
I didn't like Kamala.
Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't vote for Trump, but I would never have voted for Kamala because like everything about her is just like.
Yeah, it's just a little fishy.
Like, at least Trump, you know what he is. Mm-hmm. You know, he's a 70s, 60s man. Like. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We know who he is, right? But Kamala, who is she?
Right. Yeah, and I voted for him because I like his foreign policy with everything, especially handling all the illegal people coming into this country and trying to get that whole thing sorted out, which he's doing a phenomenal job.
I feel like he should have did something different though. I feel like he should have like made like an onboarding process for them. It's like cause like all that effort to get him out, you can like onboard him and like we have stuff that needs to be done. Mm-hmm. Like that's another weird thing. They act like it's weird that like the things that need to be done in society are like can't be done by anybody. Like it's like, oh, this one company is supposed to do it and like they're not doing it. So like I have a government idea where like he said I don't watch animes, but I can't think of the game that. But it's pretty much just like I call it the guild system, where like instead of like a bunch of businesses, it's like topic based. So like if you're like construction worker, you go to the construction guild and they'll have like jobs posted where you can just click on it and then you just go to the job because like all your information already there, so you just click it and go. Like they have tasks and like I feel like that'd be a better world to live in than like trying to go to a company, trying to fit in. It's like it'd be nice if just all the work was there for you to just pick and choose and like you do daily tasks or like yearly,
So I mean, I voted for him. I'm liking what he's doing right now. He's got a lot of stuff he's got to, I think, fix that has happened with the previous administration. I think that they did wrong. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, my whole family, we're not like just crazy Trump supporters. I mean, we just voted for who we thought the better candidate was out of the two. And this election, I just think he handled himself well. I think what he talked about as far as what he's going to introduce into the government and things like that and getting rid of all the...
I just kind of wish he had like a smarter partner.
Yeah.
Because, like, he kind of just be saying stuff, and, like, I can understand he's saying it because, like, he's trying to he doesn't want to, like, look like an idiot or something. Mm-hmm. He ends up looking like an idiot, but, like, you look more of an idiot if you backtrack. Like, he's like, I'm above everyone, so, like, he doesn't want to backtrack. So I can understand that, but, like, it'd be nice if there was someone who could, like, actually elaborate on what he's saying and, like,
explain
that he trusts. So, like, it's not like J.D. Vance where it's, like, you kind of, like, he's trying to cover for him sometimes, and it's like, He's trying to, like, he holds back a little bit because, like, it's his boss and everyone follows Trump.
Right.
But they're doing a lot of interesting stuff, like Doge.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, we'll see what happens in these next couple of years, man. Hopefully he right now he's doing great. I have no problem with anything he's doing at the moment.
Actually, have you heard about Guantanamo?
I have.
You don't have a problem with that?
Not really. No. You're talking about him turning it into the
a camp?
Crap. Yeah.
To move them?
Yeah. No, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, they came here illegally and they were doing all kinds of stuff that they should not have been doing.
Some of them were just working. Some were even paying taxes.
I mean, if you're here, if you're not here on a green card or if you're here legally, I don't want you here either. I mean, that's just kind of my stance.
Even if you're helping out with the environment and everything?
I don't care. I don't want them here.
What makes someone 50 miles south of the border different from someone 50 miles north? If they're like granted, like some people aren't paying taxes and stuff, But like a lot of them were, I mean, they might not have been paying income tax, but they probably were getting paid under the table anyway. So like it was probably like that person was probably, you know, taking it out of the, like paying the income on their end. And then like they still paid state taxes, you know, that when they bought stuff they paid taxes. So like they're still part of the community and they're helping out the community. The only ones I was like I'd really be okay with is like, you know, criminals and people sitting around doing nothing.
Right. Now, I mean,
like,
he I think he may have taken it a little too far. A little too far. But
packing up everyone, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, and I mean, he probably could have found a better way to do it. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, he warned everybody ahead of time what he was fixing to do. So I mean, we elected him into office, and we knew what was coming. So, you know, it's just one of those things that we're just going to have to bite the bullet on that one. Just be like,
it's so interesting how like the law is the law, but it's not like the law of the world. 'Cause, like the law of the world, everyone could be anywhere. But like it's the law, so like he's allowed to just grab people and move them. It's like wow.
Yeah, once he puts in that what's it called? It's a oh gosh, it's not a federal law. What am I trying to say here?
Presidential.
You know what I'm talking about.
Like the judicial executive.
Crap, you know what I'm trying to say though. Yes, yeah, it's crazy how once he puts that in, man, it goes like it happens. It's pretty wild thing to see, but
kind of makes you think like, what was Biden doing all those years?
I don't know.
Really, the Democrats, it's like
yeah,
they've been in office for so many years, and like Trump made stuff move immediately, like, and they're always like promising all these things, and then like, oh, I can't do it because the Republicans, and it's like.
Yeah, they like to play the blame game a lot, I found. And so, like you said, I mean, he's just getting things done immediately. And, I mean, just the things that the Democrats were funding were just ridiculous. I don't know if you saw that one where they were funding, like, a project for, like, they were sending over literal condoms to Hamas so they could use them as air drones to have bomb strikes. I'm not kidding. Like, they were funding that, and Trump already got rid of that. But that was in... like the headlines, that was all over the news.
Pillow fluffing.
Yes, dude. I just don't understand what they were endorsing, what they were. I don't, man. Like you said, it makes you think, what were they doing for 4 years? Yeah. So yeah, it's just. I'm glad to see some of these changes, and I'm hoping for the best. Hope everything.
It's nice to see the world moving forward.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm really not really the only thing, but the main thing I'm cautious about is like Elon said he wanted to get rid of regulations. And I was like, for anyone else, I can understand that because regulations get in the way a lot. I can see reducing regulations. But he said get rid of regulations as a one person who can get off the planet at any time. So like, that's kind of like you want to burn the planet and leave? That's still iffy.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, man.
I've really said that. I always liked Elon, but that statement was like,
a little fishy.
I don't know if I could trust you now.
Yeah. Makes it a little concerning. Yeah. So yeah, but I mean, other than that, man, I really don't pay attention a whole lot, just as long as you're not coming for me for anything, you know.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah.
I think that is it, huh?
Yeah.
You got anything to talk about?
I don't, man. This first one, I'd be happy to come back anytime. This was a blast. I've never gotten to just sit down and do a little podcast like this. So this was new and it was a lot of fun. I had a good time.
Well, podcast because like you don't get to talk to people very often.
Right.
Like people are always on the move. But, like, after just sitting down and talking, it's like
sitting down and learning about somebody's life and just
like
something different.
Days.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right, man. But yeah, I appreciate you having me on. It was a good time.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
This was the Nick's Infinite Podcast. It's my friend Alex Evitts. He will be back because I do not have many friends.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
But thank you all for watching. Make sure you go buy my book and check out the audiobook. And peace.
Peace out.